Welch's, the greatest name in products of the grape, makers of Welch's Family Wine, presents On Your Way. And here's the man to help you on your way, your good friend and host, Bud Collier.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again on behalf of Welch's Family Wine to On Your Way. And let's get on our way and find out how our show works by meeting our first contestant right away.
Well, Bud, I would like you to meet Miss Breon Savoy and Miss Patricia Morgan. Gang, meet both right.
What happened to Don? Normally he stays out here so I can introduce him. But anyway, I want you to meet him.
Here I am.
Very prominent member of our Welch's family, Don Morrow, ladies and gentlemen. First time he ever played the Blushing Bride and ducked away. Well, now, let's see. Which is which here? Which is Miss Bryan, is it?
No,
Breon. Breon Savoy, is that you?
That's correct.
Uh-huh. And you are Miss Patricia Morgan, is that it?
That's right.
I have a Patricia of my own. My oldest daughter is named Patricia. Now, where is it you both want to go?
Austin, Texas.
You both want to go to Austin, Texas.
That's right.
All right. Barbara, would you come out and map out a little route on that big map of the United States there while I find out from the girls just exactly why it is you want to visit Austin? That's the capital of the Lone Star State, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, why do you want to go down there?
Well, but we want to go to the University of Texas. Pat here is going in as going after her master's, and I'm starting in as a freshman in psychology. And my mother and dad moved around so much when I was younger that I didn't get a chance to complete my education.
I see.
And they're now superintendents, and they just don't have the money to advance me to go down there.
Superintendents, you mean in a building?
In a building, that's correct.
I see.
So I've been working as a waitress, trying to save some money and so forth, and I've got enough for my tuition. But it's a little bit rough there on the money going down there.
I know that. Well, how about you, Pat?
Well, I graduated from Ohio State in 1952, and I'm taking my master's in psychology at the University of Texas. And I've been saving my money. I've been working at the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, and I've been saving my money, but I need the fare there.
Well, how did the two of you get together to team up on this trip down like this?
Well, Bud, we were both at the same party, and we got talking to each other, and, well, we both found out we both had the same aim in life, and, well, we added up the expenses of 2 separate apartments and 2 grocery bills. We figured, well, maybe we got together to make it cheaper together.
Oh, that's a very smart idea. That should work out very well. Well, we're certainly going to see if we can help you on your way. Of course, as you know, when we get over here to our map and play our little game, for each correct answer, you'll be on your way from the world's largest bus terminal in New York to your destination by way of Trailways Bus System, who provide wonderful coast-to-coast bus service in an air-conditioned through-liner with those deep-cushioned reclining seats and wide picture windows, and Trailways' dependable, courteous operators add to your enjoyment on your way. Now, of course, you all play at the end of the show for what we call our sky-high jackpot. In other words, the winner of that will be flown to their destination via TWA Transworld Airlines on a 300-mile-per-hour Constellation or connecting carrier. On a TWA Skyliner, as I guess you know, the service is the finest, the food the best, and those restful reclining seats just kind of make your trip via TWA one of the most wonderful experiences you'll just never forget. So you stand by to try with everyone else for our sky-high jackpot trip via TWA Transworld Airlines. Right now, let's get you over here to our map of the United States and see how far we can get you on your way. Now, as you can see, Barbara has mapped out a little route for you here down there to Austin, Texas. And here is a piece of Samsonite luggage to start you off on your way. And see if maybe we can have some more of that for you later if you win our sky-high jackpot trip. Move in just a little closer, girls, so you can hear me and I can see you. And Fashion Parade is your category, but much to your surprise, some of these fashions have to do with the male side of the season here. Some styles are worn, you know, just temporarily, then discarded. Others linger on from generation to generation. But in any event, in our Fashion Parade, let's see how well acquainted you are. Now, for the first leg of your journey, and $25 in expense money, there's a World War II jacket that's been seeing duty in modern civilian dress. It's named after a most famous man because we understand he designed it. Now, if you name the present occupant of the White House, you'll name the jacket. That's right, the Eisenhower jacket. All right, girls, for the second leg of your journey and $50 in expense money, all the rage during World War II, especially for pilots who were in danger of being shot down over water, this next item was named after the wonderful gal who starred in such movies as She Done Him Wrong. Who's that?
Mae West.
Mae West, again. Oh, we're moving along here. Okay, now for the third leg of your journey and $75 in expense money, a style of coat popular around the late 1800s was named after a man who looked good in it, Queen Victoria's famous husband. This would be what kind of coat? It's named after him, his name. All you have to think of is Queen Victoria's famous husband. He was her consort, remember? He wasn't king. He was prince somebody. What'd you say? What?
Albert.
Albert is right, and you're at 3/4 of the way down there. Boy, don't be so tentative about it. You might not get down. You're almost to Austin, Texas as it is. You're way down there in Louisiana. Now, for the final leg of your journey and $100 expense money, Napoleon III married one of the most beautiful women in Europe. She died in our time in 1920, but her fame lives on with, of all things, a style of hat. Name the empress, you'll name the style of hat. Napoleon III married one of the most beautiful women in Europe. Napoleon III, not Napoleon Bonaparte. She died in our time, but her fame lives on with, of all things, a style of hat. If you name the empress, you'll name the hat. 5 more seconds. Can you think of it? Can't think? Oh, gee, I'm sorry. No, the Empress Eugenie. Empress Eugenie hats. Funny little hat. You never did? Oh, golly. Well, you've done all right because you're 3/4 of the way there. You got $75 expense money. Here's your piece of Samsonite luggage from Welch's Family Wine. If you step over here to our ticket window, you'll find that our lovely Barbara, who is our Welch's Family Wine lady, has for you your Trailways bus ticket, $75 expense money, a gift decanter of Welch's Family Wine, and our congratulations to you because you're on your way. Good luck to you.
Say, do you remember this old milk glass satin hen? Well, you know, milk glass was an early American favorite. And when the folks in the old days wanted something really delightful, they'd take one of their milk glass goblets and pour some very fine wine right into it. Well, now, you know, it's Welch's wine that is keeping this wonderful tradition alive. A real wine for folks who really want the best. Yes, today's answer to this age-old family tradition is Welch's Family Wine, the answer to warm hospitality and really gracious living, and the wine that so many Americans enjoy these wintry days. You know, there is very good reason for this ever-increasing popularity of Welch's wine. Now, you folks know that all sweet Concord kosher wines are made from grape juice. And everybody knows who has been making the very finest grape juice for the past 85 years. Welch's, of course. And the only kosher wine made from Welch's grape juice is naturally Welch's kosher wine. Now, when you want the best in grape juice, you buy Welch's. So, doesn't it make sense, then, if you want the best and most delicious kosher wine, you insist on Welch's Family Wine? You get several bottles tomorrow. Try the half-gallon size. You enjoy the wine of all occasions. That's right, when it comes to wine, you'll do well to insist on Welch's.
I'd like to introduce our second contestants, if I may. Mr. and Mrs. George Strachan. Is that correct? Welcome. On your way. Mr. Strachan, it's nice to have you here. Mr. Strachan, I was very interested in finding out when we tried to run down your name, S-T-R-A-C-H-A-N, that it is Scotch.
That's right. I'm from Edinburgh, Scotland, and my wife is from London, England.
I'd never know it. From Edinburgh, and you're from London.
London.
Where did you meet? In London or in
London?
In London.
What were you doing over there at the time?
Well, I left Scotland about 1933 to go to London. And I was there about 2 years when I met my wife.
Well, it was a good trip for you, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very good.
How long have you been married now?
19 years.
Oh, wonderful. Well, now, where is it you want to go?
We want to go to Miami City, Florida.
Miami City, Florida. All right, suppose you map that out for us, Barbara, if you will, please. And how about telling me a little bit about yourself and why you want to go down there to Miami?
Well, we have a child in the National Children's Cardiac Hospital. He suffers from rheumatic fever.
How old is he?
He's 11-year-old.
Oh.
And he's been there since the beginning of November.
I see.
And we keep getting letters from him that he would like to see us, as most of the other parents go and see the children.
Oh, sure.
But we can't afford it at present because...
What do you do, George?
I'm a clothes presser. But lately I've been working part-time, and I just can't afford the trip at present.
Do you have any other children?
I have a boy of 15.
I have a son of 15.
15 years old.
And
She
he
also
has
has
rheumatic fever.
Oh, no, they both got it.
Yeah, and this boy was supposed to come on here with
He was
me
to
tonight,
come with you tonight.
but he's still sick.
Oh,
but
The
he's
weather
still the weather's against him.
Yes. Well, now,
I'd
let's
like
see.
my wife to take him with Mr. Collier.
She'll take him along if she goes
yes.
down to Miami City. Well, now, we certainly want to see if we can get you down there to meet that boy. The boy down there, what's his name?
Ronald is
Ronald.
11 years old.
He's 11. Well, let's see how far we can get you on your way. Come on over here to our map of the United States, if you will, Mr. and Mrs. Strachan. And to start you off, here is a lovely piece of Samsonite luggage from Welch's Family Wine for you. You come in a little closer to me. We've got your trip all mapped out down here. And let's wish you the very best of good luck now and see what we do in a category called Just a Cottage Small by a Waterfall. I don't know, there seems to be something very attractive about the idea in songs mostly of having a cottage by a waterfall. There's certainly a lot of waterfalls in this world, so let's travel around to some of them and see where we might build these cottages and see how far we can get you on your way. Now, you'd have trouble for the first leg of your journey and $25 expense money. You'd have trouble finding a place to build a cottage here, even a very small one. Located between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, this river and waterfall connect the two lakes. A famous tourist attraction and a must for honeymooners. This would be what falls?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is right, and you're on your way. All right, for the second leg of your journey and $50 expense money, named after a famous English queen, here's where you come in, sir. These falls are located in the heart of Africa and were named after the queen who reigned longer than any other English monarch. Victoria Falls in Africa. Well, we're getting you down there now, Mr. Strachan. For the third leg of your journey and $75 expense money, this next site for a home goes by the unlikely name of Wallumbie, or Wallamumbi. And you'll find the Wallamumbi Falls in a country that is the smallest continent, known as the land down under.
Australia.
Australia is correct. You're 3/4 of the way on the way. And now for the final leg of your journey and $100 in expense money, I imagine Uncle Sam would frown on your building a house in one of his national parks. But in Yosemite National Park are several spectacular waterfalls. In what state is Yosemite National Park?
Arizona.
No, I'll give you a guess, Mr. Strachan.
New York State?
No, I'm sorry, sir. It's out in California is where it is. But you've done mighty well. You're 3/4 of the way there. The $75 expense money will more than take you the rest of the way. Here is your piece of luggage. If you step over here to our ticket window, you'll find that our lovely Welch's Family Wine Lady Barbara is ready there with your Trailways bus ticket. $75 expense money, a gift decanter of Welch's Family Wine. Congratulations. You're on your way. Well, now we
Meet Mrs. Laricchio and Miss Laricchio.
Well, how do you do? Thank you, John. Miss Laricchio. Miss Laricchio, how do you do? Very nice to have you with us tonight. Now, it's Loricchio. Is that right? Where is it you want to go, Miss Laricchio?
I don't want to go on a trip for myself. I'd like to make a trip for my brother in Las Vegas.
You want to make the trip for him, or you want him to make...
I want him to come home to New York.
Oh, you want him to come home to New York?
He's in Las
He's
Vegas.
in Las Vegas. All right, Barbara, that's a reverse trip. Start one down in Las Vegas and work it up to New York, if you don't mind. And tell me a little bit about yourself and why you want your brother up here.
Well, I work for the Veterans Administration. I'm a travel clerk. I authorize travel for the veterans to come in when they come in for their treatment.
I see.
I worked there about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents are old, and my father has heart condition, and my mother has arthritis. And I'd like him to come home and sort of help me out.
And, of course, see the folks again. How long since you've seen him?
4 years.
4 years since you've seen that boy of yours. My goodness, I bet you'd love to see him again. Well, let's see if we can't get him up here now. My goodness, we don't want to leave him down there. What does he do down there, by the way?
Well, he works in a restaurant, and it's part-time, and they've been very slow down there, and he was laid off. And then he was hospitalized. He had an infection in his arm, and he used up all the money he had saved. So he's kind of broke, and I'd like him to come home. Maybe he can get a job home.
You think he might stand a better chance of getting a job if he's up here?
That's right, and he can help me out, too, because yesterday I got an eviction notice to get out of my home.
You got an eviction notice?
For February 28th.
Why is that?
Well, the landlord wants the rooms for his daughter.
He wants the rooms for his daughter. Well, can you find other places?
Well, if he came around to help me, I have to
Sure,
work all
I can
day, so
understand that.
he would help me find a place.
Well, boy, there are a lot of reasons why that fella should be
I
back
really
up
need
here,
it.
aren't there, Mrs. Laricchio? All right, suppose you step over here to our map of the United States and let's find out how we can justify those good reasons and get him back up here for you. It's a long trip he's making, starting out there, and we're going to send along a lovely gift, piece of Samsonite luggage. We'll probably give you one more appropriate for a man than we will for this little case for a woman. But we start out here, work our way back to New York, and let's see how well we do in a category called Written in the Stars. As you know, today, you can come on and stand right by your daughter there. That's the idea. Today, many people, this is for the first leg of your son's and your brother's journey and $25 expense money, many people rely on different ways of finding out what the future holds for them. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen in the future. So Written in the Stars are going to talk about a few of these ways. For the first leg of your journey, as I said, in $25, there are those who claim that they can read your future by means of phrenology, Phrenology. Now, Ann Leaf is going to give you a musical clue. You tell me what part of the body is involved in phrenology. Ann? La-da-dee-da-da. Second leg of your brother's journey and $50 expense money. Every carnival has a fortune teller. Some use a crystal ball, some use cards, but one of the most popular ways of foretelling your future is the one suggested by the song Ann Leaf is going to play for you now. Ann? Very popular song right now. With these something. All the things I would do for you. With these, something I would pray. Some part of the body. No, with what? With these what?
Hands.
Hands! With these hands, that's right. All right. The third leg of your brother's journey and $75 expense money, a certain Victor Herbert musical has a title that fits right in with your category. This rollicking story of life among the gypsies contains such memorable songs as Romany Life and the Gypsy Love Song. Can you name this famous comic opera by Victor Herbert? Fits right in with your category. Know what it was? Victor Herbert wrote it. All about life among the gypsies. 5 more seconds. You know? No, I'm sorry. I'll have to tell you the fortune teller is what it was. But we got him on his way, definitely. Oh, and incidentally, you brought some other members of your family along with you tonight, didn't you? Your sister and your brother-in-law? Well, one of them wandered up on stage. I wonder if you'd take him back down with you, would you, please? Well, now, is that a nice surprise, Mrs. Enriquez? Huh? That's her son, Frank, and brother Frank here, and they didn't know that we had flown him up. We've had him hidden out at the Hotel Wellington, where he's had good food and a fine room up there, and he's home here with you, so whether you won half of it or anything, it didn't matter, did it, huh?
It's wonderful, no matter what.
Well, tell me how he looks to you.
Very good.
Huh?
Look at fat.
He got fat, she said. Fine thing for a mother to say. Well, God bless you. Frank, how do you feel to see your folks again?
Very much.
It's wonderful.
Well, it's certainly mighty happy that we are, and of course you
And
won
I wanna-
yourself. You don't need the bus ticket, but there you have $50 in expense money, which will help
Oh,
you get
thank you
started
very
again,
much.
and a gift decanter of Welch's family wine to celebrate his homecoming. God bless you. Go on backstage and enjoy each other and visit. You're very welcome. Bye.
Boy, oh boy. Now, here's something that says a party, a platter of tasty hors d'oeuvres. You know, they show that someone who knows how is doing the entertaining. And to go along with them, America's best kosher wine, Welch's family wine. And what a great combination. Welch's, the fine wine with that famous name and extra flavor. Yes, if you and your friends like real good food, well, then I know you're going to like Welch's family wine. And that is a sure thing. Now, in this glass is a taste delight that smart folks enjoy on all occasions, perfect for serving before or with or after your dinner or any time at all. Welch's brings you a wine with a pleasantly sweet Concord grape flavor that's just right whenever you serve it or wherever you serve it. Now, this very famous label signifies that every single drop of this wine is carefully made the Welch way, from luscious Concord grapes picked at the peak of their perfection and made into a truly delicious wine as only Welch's experts can do it. Now, you look for this word when you buy the wine that you serve your family and your guests. It means that you want them to have the very best. Yes, that's right. You'll do well to insist on Welch's family wine. And folks, here's a friendly tip. It can be used in so many ways in cooking to give that extra special flavor to your dishes.
Comes now the high point of our show when we have the great privilege and pleasure of meeting our guest for the evening. This is a young man you've all learned to know and love through the wonderful motion pictures that he has done and gladdened your heart with. And he was fairly recently on Broadway, the star of Remains to be Seen. And this is just about one of the busiest actors in television today. Jackie Cooper, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice to be here.
Well, I warned you a little bit in advance about that reunion. Did it hit you
Oh,
like it did
that
us?
was wonderful.
It makes
That
us
was
feel
wonderful.
awful good.
Watching the whole thing on a monitor back here was
Yeah.
really touching, and It certainly must be a big kick for you
Oh,
to
it
be part of
makes it
something
sure
like
does.
that.
It's kind
Oh,
of
that's
difficult to plan, but boy, when they come off, it's
It's
a great
well,
deal
we
of
were just
satisfaction.
watching them back there. They're so happy. You've made three people awfully happy.
Well, that made us happy, too.
Oh,
Tell me, what are your plans, Jackie? You're the busiest television actor I ever saw.
Well, yes. Yeah, I was right in this very theater last night, as a matter of fact. I'm going down to Palm Beach, Florida next week, Bud, and the 1st of February, I'm appearing down there in The Moon is Blue.
Oh, that should be fun.
Donald Cook and...
Oh, he played in the original cast.
Yes, and I'll be down there for a week, and then I'm going to take a couple of weeks off.
Good.
And I'm coming back up here to some more television.
Bring some sunshine up with you, will you?
Yes, sir.
Along with the sunshine of your own smile, too. How do you like television, by the way?
Oh, I like it, Bud. Gee, ever since I came back off the road with Remains to be Seen, a year ago last September, I've done a show almost every week, except for going out and sharpening the stage experience a little now and then, doing a play here and there.
Tell me, how do you keep the sticks sharpened up, the drumsticks?
Oh, the drumsticks.
Yeah.
Run down to Eddie Condon's or something like that and have a good time.
I don't know how many of you saw Remains to be Seen, but he had a chance to really show his stuff in that. That must have been fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I do it on a television show every now and then.
Gee, I should have thought to have you bring them along with you tonight. Come on over here and meet our contestants, if you will,
right.
Jackie.
Sure.
And they're all seated here in front of you.
How do you do?
And you probably saw them as they came out before.
I did.
Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie is going to tell a story. He's going to tell a story about a trip that he made fairly recently, as a matter of fact. Now, he's not going to tell you the number of miles he traveled, nor is he going to tell you the town in which he finally arrived. That's up to you to guess. And if anybody guesses the name of the town exactly, they win the entire cash jackpot of $250 plus the sky-high jackpot trip to their destination. If nobody guesses the name of the town, then the nearest guess in number of miles, the number of miles he traveled, will still win the sky-high jackpot trip. So listen carefully to the clues. I'll tell you something about the town. And, Jackie, what was the trip?
All right. Now, Bud, we discussed this before, so you
Yeah.
be sure I don't admit anything.
All right.
Admit anything that might help me. Well, this trip I took a little over a month ago, and I drove it in a sports car, an Austin Healey. It's an English sports car made by the Austin Company, and it was a team entry. They entered 3 of them, and this was a controlled competition. Over 90 cars entered in it. And we left the boat basin there on 73rd Street in the West Side Drive. And the end of our first day found us in Rutland, Vermont. And we traveled all back roads, very carefully scrutinized at all times. We had to obey traffic laws. This was a rally, a great many of which they have in Europe, not a race. And, for instance, we were secretly observed very often. One time I came to a stop sign, and I thought I was at a full stop. I put the car clear into low gear, but my wheels were observed to still be rolling somewhat. I lost 25 points that day. Consequently, it cost me at the end of the rally. We got second. But the second day, anyway, found us up to almost the Canadian border in Newport, Vermont. And the third day found us at our destination. It was rather you'd say we more or less circled our way. You think of a trip usually as going as a straight line between 2 places. It wasn't really. This was a test of driving skill and knowledge, and knowledge of traffic laws, and arriving at certain particular places, intersections and street corners in towns, by only one certain route and at a particular moment. We only had 49-second leeway, sometimes after 6-8 hours of driving.
And they're going to have less than that to write their answers now, because I'm going to tell you a little something about the town at which Jackie arrived. A river town, population of over 40,000. Its varied manufactures include ball bearings and machines. It's the seat of a college, and the Ogden Mills Memorial State Park is nearby. Are you ready? Go. Hand them in as soon as you get done. First one in point of time that I get may be the right ones. Second one. And the third one. All right, Ann, thank you very much. Okay, now we have the following guesses. Miss Lorecchio, she guessed she traveled 600 miles and didn't get a chance to write down the name of the town. Mr. Strachan said 900 miles, and the name of the city was Indiana. Miss Brion Savoy said you traveled 806 miles, I believe, and the name of the city is Poughkeepsie. Now, where did you arrive, and how many miles did you travel?
Can I say it?
Sure.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie, New York. That's all we need to know. She's the winner. Tell me, with all that running around that he did, how'd you guess it was Poughkeepsie?
Well, I had read something up on that about Jackie Cooper being in that.
Oh, no! Oh, brother, we sure picked the wrong one for that,
Well,
kid.
it's been about 6 or 8 weeks ago, I think it was.
Oh, dear, that fell right in your lap.
Well,
Well, you know what you've won. You've not only won $250 in cash, you won a complete set of Samsonite luggage, which will help you gals get back down there to college in Austin, Texas. And you have, both of you, going to be flown to your destination via TWA Transworld Airlines. Congratulations, you're really on your way. Jack, I want to tell you, I thank you very much for being our guest tonight. Hope you come back and see us again.
Sure
Would you do
will.
us one final favor?
Yes, sir.
Escort our pretty guest on her way.
I sure will.
Okay. Good night and good luck. Well, we have just time for a final word from our good friend, Don Morrow.
Welch's Wine, the pride and joy of families from coast to coast. For Welch's Wine is fine wine, genuine kosher wine, pleasantly sweet with a delightful flavor, superb bouquet, delicate body, and that's why smart homemakers insist on keeping a bottle or two in the refrigerator at all times. For unexpected guests, for refreshment, or just to make everyday meals a special occasion. Remember to add Welch's family wine to your shopping list. Welch's, the greatest name in products of the grape since 1869, assures you of Welch's quality from grape to bottle. So remember, when it comes to wine, you'll do well to insist on Welch's family wine. Incidentally, folks, we'd like to thank the many, many thousands of you who, for the first time, tried Welch's wine during the recent holiday season. And now that you've discovered the wonderful taste of Welch's family wine, well, we know that you'll be a favorite with us and with the Welch's folks from now on. Thank you.